All right, what we got here is we got an exhaust stack, and this is the main culprit that caused me to end up building a mailbox sign deal. Was this one exhaust pipe right here. And the reason being is I bought this for one of my other trucks. And it ended up being the wrong stack. So I couldn't use it. And I think I paid about $1,000 for this pipe from, was it True Chrome? I think it was True Chrome where I got the pipe from. So I need to be able to slide that back. I got it up too far, I think. So True Chrome made me the pipe. When I got the pipe, long story short, the pipe had a different bend on it than what my truck that I bought it for had. The bend was off. It was a West Coast bend on it, and mine was more like an Aussie, kind of shorter Aussie, not the short 30, but it was an Aussie, but a shorter Aussie. And so I got the pipe. Once it got here, I saw I weren't going to use it. I only had one pipe bent like that, so I don't have any trucks that's single exhaust like that I could have used it on. And I weren't going to buy another pipe like that to start with because I didn't like that bend on that pipe anyway. It's an ugly bend to me, in my opinion. A lot of people run it. It just depends on, I wouldn't say it's an ugly bend. It ain't one that I like for my stuff. But anyway, I kept walking by this pipe laying in that container out there. And I said, well, I got $1,000 in that pipe. I need to do something with it. And a month or two would go by, and I'd go back in there again, and I'd look and see it laying there all clean and new. And I said, well, I got $1,000 in that pipe. I need to do something with it. And then I said, I tell you what, I'm going to take that pipe, and I'm going to put me a base on it, or pull me a little piece of concrete with a little base on it, and I'm going to weld me a piece of angle iron, something. And I wouldn't say angle iron or tubing, but I was just going to take a piece of tubing or something, steel, and just go there and just put it on a 90-degree and weld it. And I was just going to mount my mailbox to it and set it down there at the end of the road. And that would be used for the pipe. So in between me making a mailbox out of this simple piece of pipe, it turned into a whole nother project that ended up being, 6-month project on the side, building a sign, truck parts, building a whole mailbox from scrap metal. And I just about got it done now, so we're going to take this piece of metal and we're going to use it to put like a camera on it, so I can keep an eye on my stuff when I'm not here to look at it. And that's what we're going to do now. We're going to drill. I already drilled 15 holes in the other side. I'm going to put some lights in it. So now I'm going to drill 15 more holes in the back side. And it being round, and I'm not no machine shop by no means, but it being round, it's kind of hard to keep it stable. And, you can hand drill every hole with a drill bit. And, you could get the holes drilled in there like that, fighting with it. But I got this mag drill here, so what I did was just take me a piece of steel. I got me a piece of rubber on the bottom of it. I would have had it taped up with some tape. I got some rawhide sitting up under each end of it, but if I'd have had enough of tape here right at this minute, I'd have just took masking tape and just taped up the side so it wouldn't get no scars at all. But I'm going to be real gentle with it, and we're going to see if we can't drill these holes. And they're a little funny to drill because this drill wants to jump to one side. It wants to jump to one side or another. So what I'm going to do is just go real slow with it and and we ain't going to put a whole lot of oil on it neither. We're going to drill them dry. We're going to go slow with it, and we're going to drill down until we get about here, and then we're going to flip around the other side and drill back the opposite way. don't want it to move at all. And I just seen it move. It just gave a little bit. We're going to put it back where it was at. If you try to go too fast, it's going to jump. And the reason I'm putting a little piece of tape there is because the little holes, I drilled a little tiny hole in the center all the way down. I got 15 holes. I drilled a tiny hole in the center, each one of them where I wanted them. But after looking at the holes, they weren't perfectly in line. I thought I had them perfect in line, but they weren't. They off. So I ended up putting a piece of straight line tape down there. And I'm going to go with the edge of the straight line tape because I know that the edge of that tape is straight. And that's going to put me a little bit closer to being straight where I need to be at. The same thing, we're just going to go slow and let it cut through dry. We're just using these ratchet straps here to kind of hold it. I got one strap to the pipe. I got one strap to the pipe to kind of keep the pipe straight up and down, and then I got one strap to the piece of flat bar metal, so it try to help the drill from moving. And it's still, even though you got the strap on it, it's on a radius angle, so it still can move. And when I say move, it'll more likely move sideways, or when you're pushing down on that metal, it'll try to lift this piece of steel up away from the metal and then cause it to start jumping. So we're just going to take your time. It'll probably take, I ain't going to put a time frame on it, but it takes whatever it takes to drill them. If it takes 20 minutes, it takes 20. If it takes 30, it takes 30. Whatever it takes to drill them, that's just what it takes. We don't want it to take us all day. We ain't got all day to be playing with drilling a couple holes. So we'll try to get that thing as close up on the back of the drill as I can as far as the ratchet strap. And that keeps it from moving too much. But you can't tighten up on it, but so tight because it'll start mashing down on your piece of steel. So we just want it where it can't jump around side to side, and we'll try to hold the rest of it with our hand. And I try to slide it back far enough so I got two holes that I can drill before I have to restrap it. When you're first touching down on that metal, that's when it's most likely going to jump. Until you get that circle cut around in there, you can hold a little pressure on it. And that chrome plate, and that's some hard stuff. You have to be super easy with it until you get through it. Then you can tell it'll start cutting a little easier once you get all the way through all that chrome plate. All right, we'll flip around now. We'll flip around and drill the rest of them from the back side. That way we don't get out here on the end of this table and it flip upside down on us. Little makeshift table here, it ain't. It won't take much pushing on it to get it to stand up and flip over. I really don't like running my drill bits on this thing here dry. Just a simple fact, they cost so much. And if you run them dry, you get them hot, you wear them out a whole lot faster. As long as you keep them oiled up, they last. I mean, I've drilled a lot of holes with one bit before. As long as you don't get it too hot and chip one of the teeth off of it or let's see where we're at here. Can't see my mark that good. That looks like it there. I think that's it. Yeah. It's safer to do them where the bit is right up near the edge of the steel, but I'm trying to do them where I only got to move the ratchet strap one time and I can get two holes. But to be honest, it's probably safer to bet to have that drill slid back. That way your whole drill is sitting on the steel and you got more magnet holding on that steel and it's less likely to go move. When you slide that drill out where the front of that plate is sticking out an inch or more over that steel, you got less magnetic force on this plate, which can cause the drill to jump. So it would probably be a safer bet for me to do one at a time and move the strap on each one, but we're going to take a chance with it still and see if we can't get two at a time. 5 more holes, and that'll be the last of them. We got 15 on each side. So I already drilled the other 15 out here this morning. Just to get a feel for how it was going to go. See how stable that drill is when you leave it close to the steel. It's a lot more stabler. Now I'm fixing to drill away from the steel plate, so I'm going to have to slide my bit out about 2 inches, but it's actually going to be sitting off of the steel about a little over an inch maybe. And that little bit, believe it or not, on something unstable like this can cause that bit to jump. I mean, if it was regular steel without that chrome coating on it, you probably wouldn't hardly move, but that chrome coating is hard. And when it first starts to cut through that hard piece of steel, it's more likely going to try to jump. If you ain't got something holding it down good. There was a dude there at that courtroom. He looked like Dylan. He favored Dylan. Like if Dylan was a crackhead or if he was on drugs or something. He had his old beard growed out all scrubby. He's about the same height of him. He looked like him in the face and the eyes. About the same size. He looked just like him. If you imagine if he was on, drugs or something, having a hard time. Like, dang, that must be some of these people. Got to be some of you people. I don't like that courthouse. I ain't got no place up there. No business at all. They already sent the tax man over. Huh? I ain't been home in Iowa. They already sent. Ain't been home in Iowa. They already sent the plane over here. Yeah. So All right, so that was the last hole. We'll see what we got. We'll see how straight they are. They may not be perfect, but it's kind of hard to get them perfect without a stable platform. But I think we're pretty close. That's why I put the tape there, because my holes were off. My center marks were off just a little bit. So, so this ended up being the fate of the muffler. This ended up being the fate of the muffler. That was the wrong one. It ended up, after starting the idea to put a mailbox on it, it ended up being something else. And she won't never get to blow no smoke. Not off a big truck anyway. We don't have the lights yet to put in it. I thought I had a little more than what I do have, but undoubtedly what I got is a little more than half of what I need. So we're going to just set it to the side for now, do something else until we get whatever lights we need to make it work, and then we'll figure out, which way we want to go with it. I still got some more stuff I'm gonna do to it, a little bit of welding. I'm gonna weld that top piece on there, that bend, that West Coast curve on there. I'm gonna weld it on there. Military. We got to come back and clean them, because this pipe ended up getting laid on the ground out there for about 4 or 5 months, just laying on the dirt back there beside that building. And I should have picked it up, moved it back in the container out there, but it got covered up under a tarp. And one thing led to another. Before you know it, 6 months have passed. It laying up under a tarp somewhere. So. And the way time flies now, I mean, you get caught up doing something and don't realize just how fast time is moving. You can waste a lot of time like that, waste a lot of your life pretty much. You just get caught up in the wrong stuff and think you're doing something, and you really ain't doing a handful of nothing when it compares to the time your life just passing by while you focused on, making money or getting another house or getting more rental properties or this and that, always trying to get more and more and more, like you're going to stay here forever. And you ain't going to be here forever. So people waste a lot of their time. They always got to keep getting more. I got to have more. If I had me one more property or one more or something, it's always one more. And before you know it, you're sick. You wake up one day and you ain't no good no more. Your health's gone. You had a heart attack or something and can't get out and do what you used to do. And everything changes like in the blink of an eye. So, I was like that myself for a long time. But here in the last couple of years, my focus has changed a little bit on more priorities. Instead of trying to get more and more and more and more and do more jobs, more work. So you don't need all that more. you ain't going to take it with you. You don't want to be on the bottom. Nobody wants to be on the bottom. And you don't need to be so high up that all you can do is look down, but somewhere about in the middle. That's good enough for a lot of people. The more you got, the more it takes. And the more it takes to keep everything moving, the more it takes to keep everything rolling. After a while, you created a whole monster. All right, that's the holes right there. We got 15 of them. They're pretty straight. I look down the line. They look pretty good. They could be off just a little bit, but by the time your lights get in it and it gets hang up, you ain't going to tell no way. If I catch somebody down here trying to put a laser on my holes, I'm going to run my way anyway. Yeah. Don't you hate that? You got somebody ain't never done a handful of nothing, but they'll talk junk about what you done. People be like, yeah, you must have a lot of time to do all that work. I do. I got a lot of time. My time. I do whatever I want to do on my time. I don't spend time yapping with other people, playing around with a bunch of fake friends and all that mess like that. My time is my time. As long as I'm being productive, I'm satisfied. And that's the only one that matters to me. If I'm satisfied with what I'm doing with my time, that's it. I don't drink. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't go out and party. I be productive with my time. Don't matter what it is. If I ain't got nothing to do productive, I go take a nap. Be more productive. That way I be better rested and I get ready to do something. I got more energy. All right. I got some more lights ordered here. I got some blue ones there, but I ain't got really nothing to do with the blue ones. But I got two different ways that I don't know how it looks. With the black. We'll stick one in there just to get your opinion there, Miss Camera Lady. All right, I'll put one on there with the black background. I'll tell you what, I'll put two of them on there. I'll give you a better look. Is it hard under here or is it me? I ain't gonna sweating bullets. Must have been trying to hold that drill without it jumping. Got my mind thinking hard. Sweating like a mule. So you hot all of a sudden? No, I was hot a while ago when I was pushing that button. I mean, holding that drill, trying to keep it from jumping and applies right pressure, there's a little bit of focus involved in it. So maybe I was focusing too hard. I know I started sweating. Started sweating. All I want to do here is I want to see what it looks like with the chrome cover on it versus without the chrome, with the black cover, because one of them's always going to look just a little bit better than the other one. You can't really tell unless you put them on there. So, you think it looks better with the chrome? Yeah, I do too.